Welcome to Sun City News. I'm your host, Norma Taylor. Well, the holidays are creeping up on us, so we're featuring some stories that embrace the holiday spirit in our news show this week. Carol Fox visited the holiday model railroads. Chris Chase attended Hardeeville's holiday luncheon. And later in the program, we have a report from the recent Hardeeville's First Friday meeting. Those stories and more coming up. Sun City News starts now.
This is Sun City News, with our news team bringing you stories from Sun City and the Low Country, taking the lead with entertainment news. And on deck is our sports report. Sun City News, from people you know, about people you know. This week's SCTV News starts now.
The Red Dam Express is decked out for the holidays and is about to leave the station. Bring the family down to the wood workshop and climb aboard. Carol Fox shares this report.
Good morning. We're here at the Sun City Model Railroads with Doug Scott. Doug Scott, good morning.
Good morning, Carol.
What was the motivation behind the Sun City Model Railroads?
When many of the members of the community moved down here, they used to have model railroads at home, and they wanted to continue the tradition down here with working either in their homes or to start a model railroad club, which they did in the early 2000s.
So tell us a little bit about the history of the Model Railroad Club.
It started early in the 2000s when members of Sun City moved down here, had model railroads or belonged to clubs at home, and they wanted to continue that tradition down here. So they started a model railroad club as part of the woodshop.
And how many miles of track, or how large is this area? How many cars do you have?
Well, the outdoor or garden gauge railway started in 2016 when some of the gentlemen who were moved down here had garden railways at home. I don't know how many scale miles, but we have a lot of track, two sections. We have a Sun City section and a Red Dam section, 5 operating trains, and we have numerous cars that we rotate in and out.
And you also have an indoor railroad, right?
That is correct. The original one here is HO gauge. It's 3 levels. Right now we're on our 4th railroad in that room. Every time they get finished with one, they decide to make changes and build a new one.
I'm sure a lot of our viewers will want to come down and take a look because you have everything decorated so beautifully for the holidays. What are your holiday days and times that the railroads will be running?
From the week between Christmas and New Year's, we'll be operating every afternoon from the day after Christmas through New Year's Eve day from 1 to 3, except for Sunday the 29th. And during the rest of the year, we're here every Friday during the winter in the afternoons from 1 to 3, during the summer 10 to 12.
And finally, if somebody wants to become a model railroader, what should they do?
You have to go onto the woodshop website. There's a space for the Model Railroad Club because we're a special interest group of the woodshop. You have to join the woodshop and then you join the Model Railroad Club. And all gauges are welcomed. Anybody is welcome, whether you have any experience in model railroading or not. You're welcome.
That's great, Doug. Thank you, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you, Carol.
They held the annual Mayor's Luncheon at the Hardeeville Rec Center. Reporter Chris Chase was there to watch the goodwill being shared by the Hardeeville seniors. Mayor Harry Williams explained the reason for the event.
Okay, I can't believe it, but you all did it again this year. This Mayor's Senior Luncheon is fabulous. It's beautiful. The food's great. Now, Harry, you've been doing this for like 8 years. What was the reason for it?
Well, we got the idea that there were so many new retirees coming into the area, and they never have the opportunity to intermingle with the people who grew up here. But we all share a common thing. We're all elderly. But we thought, hey, we should get together and take old Hardeeville, have them meet new Hardeeville, and become one Hardeeville. And I have to give some of the credit to Miss Deborah Harrigan, who's standing next to me. When Beth and I first came here, we met Deborah and some of her friends, and they sat us down, and they told us the straight scoop. But people liked Deborah. The reason why Beth and I fell in love with this area and why we got involved with trying to help the community, because of people like Deborah. So, and that's how it all started, and that was the reason for it, to get people to share their life's experiences and come together, people from all over the country with the people that are here.
Now, Ms. Harrigan came to your very first one.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, she's one of the...
First one at the City Hall.
It was at City Hall, and actually there was a group, the way we organized in the beginning, we had a group of Sun City people actually make the food and serve it to the seniors from the Hardyville Senior Center. And that was a way that we intermingle and interact and learn a little bit about each other.
It's excellent, Harry. I mean, everybody, you can tell everybody enjoys it. And like I said, it does get better every year.
And what happens is every year they come, and now we're back with old friends. And we're all part of the same culture. We're all part of Hardyville. We're all part of a culture of just having people. And I have to give a lot of credit to this young lady over here.
What do you get credit for?
Because I drive him crazy. I drive him crazy, and anything I want done, I go to Harry.
He's our friendly mayor, right?
Anything that's wrong going on, I go to Harry. Harry, I don't like this. Harry says, I'm going to fix it, Deborah. I'm going to fix it, Deborah. And he does. He does.
If I didn't, she'd kick my butt.
Okay, you got that right. I'd be on him like white on rice. Yes.
Wow. This is kind of scary stuff.
From when he started here, he didn't know that how far Hardyville existed. And I told him it went past the stoplight. And we talked to him for, 2.5 hours?
It was a long time, and I got a history lesson, but I also got a lesson in love.
Yes.
We became friends 9 years ago, over 9 years ago now, and Deborah came to the first one here, and Hardyville has become part of our lives, Beth and I. And when I say Hardyville, all of Hardyville.
Still more to come. Carol Fox checked out 4 instrumental groups. Kathy Ricardo gives us a preview of what's coming up on In Our Neighborhoods. And Chris Chase gets another interesting fact from Bluffton historian Glenn Umberger. We'll return after this brief break.
The December edition of Sports Done Right is chock full of action, from fall championships and celebrations of a very successful year in sports right here in Sun City. In addition, we'll revisit a few memories from our profiles of residents with sports backgrounds. All in all, a fitting conclusion to the year. So please join me, Doug Wright, in December as we give y'all Sports Done Right.
4 of Sun City's instrumental groups want to wish you happy holidays. Check Sensations for more information about joining these talented players. Kathy Ricardo's in the studio today to tell us what to expect on her monthly show in our neighborhoods.
The holiday season is in full swing, and so is the In Our Neighborhoods team. We're currently hard at work capturing the magic of this special time. Stay tuned for our January episode where we'll share the joy, the laughter, and the holiday cheer of your neighbors. While we're hard at work capturing the holiday cheer, we're also taking a moment to look back at last year's unforgettable moments.
The Oconee River Band is playing?
Yes, and they're doing a wonderful job. We're looking forward to it. We have a sweet shop, an espresso bar. Everything is here. It's like we're in Paris.
With a corn cob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made of coal.
On December 7th, a group of Herons Point neighbors met at the Chase House. They were given a packet of songs, and off they went. Let's see the sights and sounds of the evening.
The snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. And the bobtails roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
We are here at the Lake House with the Murray Hill neighborhood, and they're having their Christmas event. And we're here with Donna and Kim, and they're going to tell us a little bit about the event.
We have about 60 people here. We had the Suntones here to sing carols with us.
As long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
We can't wait to bring you the sights and sounds of the holiday season, so stay tuned for our January episode.
Where was the first Mercantile in Bluffton, and who built it? Reporter Chris Chase talked with Glenn Umberger, the Bluffton historian, to find out.
We're here on Calhoun Street with my favorite historian, Glenn. Now, Glenn, you want to tell me about this building behind us?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So the building you see behind us was constructed in 1890 by the Patz brothers. The Patz brothers were Lithuanian Jews who immigrated to the United States to get out of the famine that was in that part of the world. They moved down from New York to open up a mercantile, and in 1890 they built the building behind us. Today we call it the Planters Mercantile, and back in the day you could buy literally everything you needed in the building.
Really?
Yes, including cribs for your baby, all the way up to coffins to be buried in.
Oh my goodness. Now it looks like it's been added on. Has it been added on?
Yes, so in the 1940s after World War II they added the small addition that you see where the blue front door is. Now, one of the nice things about the building is it's in pretty good shape considering its age, and it also has an elevator. And it's one of the few structures in the historic district that actually has an elevator.
Really? Where's in the new section?
Yeah, they used it because they could store materials or goods upstairs with the showroom downstairs.
Now, do people live in there, or did they live in there?
People have lived in there over the years, but it's always been a mercantile or a commercial property, and it still is today.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Thank you, Glenn.
You're welcome.
Now, Glenn, this is another beautiful old structure. Could you tell us a little bit about this one?
So this one is actually related to the one we just spoke about. So when the Patz brothers moved here in 1890, they started with the Planters Mercantile. And then 2 years later in 1892, they built the house we see behind us. And it's actually what we used to call a twin house, two separate residences, mirror images of each other separated by a common wall. Now, one Patz brother lived on one side with his wife and family. The other Patz brother with his wife lived on the other side. Now, the story goes the two wives didn't like each other and never spoke to each other, so they lived for many years separated by a wall and never spoke to each other.
That's interesting.
So that's the Patz brothers' house. In the 1970s, the house was sold to new owners. They actually took that center wall and turned it into a single-family residence, but from the outside, it still looks like it's actually two.
It does. Now, was it anything else over time?
Over the years, it's been a boarding house, but it's always been a residential property.
It's a beautiful old house.
Yes, it is.
And now it's a single family?
Yeah, single family private residence.
Beautiful. Everybody's got to come down and see this. These buildings are beautiful.
Yes, they are.
And they've lasted forever.
That's right.
So much more ahead on Sun City News. Our SCTV crew attended the preview of 42nd Street at the Arts Center of Coastal Carolina. Martha Spiso was at Hardyville's First Friday meeting. And Doug Wright is here with sports news. So make sure you come on back.
December starts a countdown to Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa, and we're wrapping up some stories for you like presents under the tree.
We take a look at how our newest Sun City edition, The Bridge, came to be.
We share the fine accomplishments of the Veterans Association, the Woodworkers and Model Makers Guild, and the All About Art Club.
And we share our special report on the GFWC Day of Giving.
Cable viewers, please check our program listings on the Sun City website, and most conveniently, you can always catch us on our YouTube station, where we invite you to subscribe for easy viewing. So whether you trim a tree, light a menorah, or a kinara, we wish you Merry everything and happy always.
Reporter Ann Prianti got a preview of 42nd Street at the Arts Center of Coastal Carolina and brings you this sneak peek of this fabulous show.
David, I hear that you have a history with this theater. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, so my grandparents grew up on Hilton Head, or no, when my grandparents lived here, I was growing up as a kid, and so I was obsessed with anything theater, and so the fact that there was a theater was very exciting, and so my first show I saw here was 42nd Street. I was 12 years old, and so now to be back here and not be 12 years old and directing it is more full circle than I can even imagine.
Oh, that's amazing. Can you tell me what the show's about?
Yeah, so it's a show, the lead breaks her ankle, and they turn to the ensemble of chorus girls to see if anybody can step up and step into the starring role. And Peggy Sawyer, she can do it, and she saves the show, and everything is riding on this ensemble girl's back, and she saves the show and proves that she can do it.
And how long is the run?
So we run until December 29th. And we have 2 p.m. Matinees on both Saturdays and Sundays.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you so much. And I have somebody else who I want to wave in here. Okay. Hi. So,
City friends.
So, can you tell me a little bit more about the shows that will be here?
Absolutely. We have so we're really just starting off our season. We had Something Rotten, which was our first show. David's Beautiful. 42nd Street is our holiday hit. And then after that, we have The Cottage, which is a really fun play. It's a farce. It was just on Broadway, right?
Yeah, hysterical.
And amazing. Laura Bell Bundy and
Eric McCormick.
Thank you.
Yes,
they were so good in it. And so that's our February show. Oh, also in February, everybody, and this is going to sell out, so I've got to tell you now, David Burnham, who's one of the Broadway tenors, is coming back for a show called Burnham Sings Bublé, Michael Bublé. It's going to be amazing. It's in the middle of that cottage run, so it's February 17th, 2 shows, a 4 and a 7:30, and it's already really selling fast, so hurry. Then spring we have Waitress, and summer we have the Donna Summer musical, so it's just so much fun around here. We have lots going on.
Well, thank you so much, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this show.
We're glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by.
Reporter Martha Spiso attended Hardyville's first Friday meeting, where the newly elected Jasper County Council members, Chris Van Guysen, Joey Rowell, and Joe Arizillo, were there to meet and greet the Sun City residents in Jasper County.
We have Chris Van Guysen here. He is just got reelected to the Jasper County Council. And what part of the Jasper County do you represent?
I represent the Robertsville, which is kind of the Tillman area up north, and then down south, kind of to Hardyville to Perrysburg area.
Okay, good. And why did you decide to run for the city council?
Well, I've been asked for about 4 years to run, and I decided to run this time. Of course, I've taken a seat where a prior councilman passed away, and so I'm be serving out of his last 2 years, and just wanted to get involved, just to help things be better in Jasper County. Is the basic answer, is to do better.
I know it's a very growing county in South Carolina. So do you have any specific goals that you hope to accomplish with your term?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I think just transparency, having better communication with the public. You know, I ran to serve, obviously, the people who voted for me, but the whole county at large. You know, I want to serve everyone. The people who didn't vote for me and the people who did vote for me, and do the right things for everybody.
Very good. Well, we look forward to a successful term.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it, and Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you. Same to you. What part of Jasper County are you going to represent as a member of the county council?
I'll be representing the Hardyville district.
Very good, because that's where most of in fact, all of our residents live in Hardyville. So that's wonderful. You've got a big task. So what made you decide to run for the county council?
My second go around, I run in 2012. When I was defeated then, I spent 10 years on the Board of Election, decided to do it again. Saw a good group of people. I wanted to get in and be a part of that. That's why.
Well, wonderful. I know you're a longtime resident of Hardyville and have a business and very involved with the community. So what are your goals for your term?
Well, you know, the people of Jasper County just overwhelmingly passed a 1% sales tax, and that's going to help with the roads. I think 80% we'd like to see that put to good use. I think that's one of our big concerns is traffic for everybody here and everywhere. And there's a lot of more, all kind of things to worry about, but that's one of the big things that would concern everyone here.
Well, that would be good. You'd make a lot of people happy if you can get the roads improved.
People have spoken and agreed to help with that, so we just want to make sure it's done right.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, we have Joey Rowell with us here today, and we're really excited because you were reelected during this this last election, right? You had been serving for a few months, and so why did you want to continue running for the council?
Yes, ma'am, Miss Martha. I have been on council now for 6 months, was reelected in November. I wanted to serve the citizens of Jasper County. I've been in public service my whole life here in Jasper County, and I wanted to help with some of the growth that we're starting to experience here, making sure that we're making smart decisions for the future and trying to get ahead of some of these things because we know that the growth is coming. We have to be smart about it and make sure that we have a plan underway to make sure we can accommodate these things that are going to happen in the future.
Wonderful. Now, what area do you represent?
I represent the Pocataligo Township, which is the northern part of Jasper County.
Okay, that's wonderful. Well, we certainly appreciate your service.
Doug Wright standing by with sports news.
In last week's report, our team covered the annual Superintendent's Revenge Golf Tournament, which enjoyed its typical fun and very giving outing. The beneficiary of the event, which was Bluffton Self-Help, will now be able to spread a little joy throughout the local area to those families in need. Listed on your screen below are not only the overall winners of the tournament, but also the winners of the various flights. Again, congratulations to all for the course's setups and the generosity of the participants. Now, last week saw some wintry temperatures and rain to curtail sporting activities here in Sun City. But remember, there are indoor sports which can keep your body in motion. In addition to swimming, there's bowling, table tennis, and billiards to take advantage of. So don't just eat, drink, and get further addicted to your electronics this holiday season. Keep that body in motion. Doug Wright, Sun City Sports.
To view expanded coverage of sports news, check out Doug's monthly show, Sports Done Right. That's our news for this week. Thank you for watching. Catch us on cable and on our YouTube station, where we invite you to hit like and subscribe. Now, to see expanded coverage of some of our SCTV stories, tune into our monthly show, Extra. And if you have questions and comments, email us at suncitytvhh@gmail.com. Make sure you check in with us next week for all the news that's in your neighborhood. For Sun City News, I'm Norma Taylor.